It's time for another look at the Premier League title and safety races going into Game Week 12. And after this week, I plan on adding the race for top 4 and UEFA qualification into the discussion. If you're playing Fantasy Premier or any fantasy sports league and want to get all sorts of geeky analysis, check out the PlayoffComputer app on the Play Store. It is what is being used here as the base for this analysis. Fair warning, this is a mathematical exercise without bias towards supposed good and bad teams. Odds and projections discussed may or may not match with betting lines and expert predictions. On to the title race, with most of the top teams stumbling, and there possibly being a bit of parity this year. The statistical guess by the computer for what would be needed for pretty good odds to get the title dropped off the side of a cliff to 82 points. Looking at the top teams, starting with Liverpool, who pulled a little bit away from their closest competitors with a win over Aston Villa last time we saw game action. They are now a 1-3 statistical favorite to win the title. They have a good opportunity to build upon their good fortune with Southampton this week, then host Manchester City in a big match. Next up is that Manchester City team, who has unexpectedly lost 2 in a row to fall 5 points back from Liverpool. They get another chance. They get another game against a team showing some spunk with the Spurs before that big opportunity to make up ground against Liverpool. Nottingham Forest lost to Newcastle to suffer a setback to their dreams, down to about a 6% chance to win it all. Have 2 tough tests in the next few weeks with games against Arsenal and Manchester City sandwiched around one with Ipswich. Last we saw Chelsea, they played Arsenal to a draw, 9 points behind Liverpool. But one thing possibly in their favor is they have played all the top teams already, for the first time anyway. So their schedule does open up the possibility of making up some ground. In that vein, Leicester next up, and after Aston Villa, they play Southampton. So some good opportunities to get on a streak. Arsenal, with that tie, joined Chelsea at 19 points. And like Chelsea, they have played a lot of the top teams already, so their schedule will eventually provide some easier opponents. Just perhaps not right away. Tough game against Nottingham Forest next. Brighton, with the big win over Manchester City, moved up to join the big boys in the discussion. And like some of their other neighbors at 19 points, they have played all of the top teams once already, so they too will get chances to make up some ground with easier, at least on paper, opponents. Moving on to the opposite end of the field, the race for safety. Somewhere within the vicinity of 44 points should be a safe mark to aim for. Southampton in the biggest danger with only 4 points. Gives them a 50-50 mathematical shot to make it. Things for the next few weeks might be gloomy, though. Liverpool, Brighton, and Chelsea. The Wolves, with a win over Southampton, got out of the cellar and improved their odds to make safety to just above 50-50. Good news for them. They have already now played 8 of the 9 top teams, so they will get a break, although this week they do play that 9th team, Fulham. Then they'll get their break. Crystal Palace continues to disappoint and find themselves in the race for safety unexpectedly. Have 7 points, about 6 and 10 odds to escape. Play Aston Villa next. Ipswich is currently holding a safe spot, but just barely. Beat the Spurs to almost double their point total. Play Manchester United next. Everton is hanging around the danger zone with 10 points, about 3 and 4 odds to be safe. Their problem is they have yet to play most of the top teams. So their schedule is due to change into a headwind soon. In the meantime, they have Brentford, Manchester United, and the Wolves to try to build up some momentum. Leicester is also at 10 points, likely to remain so with Chelsea upcoming. And they also haven't yet played too many of the top teams, so things might get worse. That's it for now. Until next time, enjoy your day.